By bioenergy, we mean all kind of material coming from plants, like for instance wood from forests or straw from agricultural crops, but also organic waste that comes up in cities. The basic of this organic waste is also plant material. So biomass mainly or basically is material coming from plants growing in the nature.
And why have you come to this summit? What is it that you want to see delivered or discussed at this meeting?
You know, we discussed this summit very intensively in our association because we just got this new IPCC report on the development of the climate. And there we saw if you want to follow the mitigation scenario, we really have to reduce our emissions and we have to find new solutions to supply our energy system. And we see these new solutions in renewable energies, and we think the most important renewable energies in the future will be wind, solar, and bioenergy. And therefore, we are here, and we also have a side event to explain the importance and the possibilities of bioenergy as an important renewable energy source for the societies.
It strikes me, looking from the outside in, that bioenergy and biofuels were very popular about 10 years ago. And now there seems to be growing skepticism and concern over the use of products grown from the land for use in energy. So how do you approach that particular debate?
We have to explain that about 80% or 85% of biomass is forest biomass, wood fuels, firewood, pellets, wood chips, and there is no relation to the food market. But in the public discussion, the biofuels, which only makes about 10% of total biofuels, was very much in the center of the interest. And there are some relations to the food market, and here we got some negative image. But we would like to explain that biomass is stored solar energy, and it's very important for the heat market and also for combined heat and power production. And there we'll see in the future big opportunities for biomass, and we try to explain that biomass mainly is for heat, for electricity, and only to about 10% to biofuels.
And give us a sense of the potential of bioenergy. Where do you see it can be best used? Are there certain countries in the world which have a higher potential than others, and overall, where would it fit in, do you think, in the global energy mix over the next sort of 10 to 20 years?
Oh yeah, we are discussing this a lot, and you know, all countries with a big land reserve have also a big potential for biomass, because biomass is closely related to land use, forests, agricultural crops, etc. So if you look at Russia or Canada, United States, Australia, even China and also Africa, they have a big potential. And concerning the use of biomass, we think the main use in the future will be in the heating sector, followed by electricity and transportation fuels. And this is one of the points I would like to make. In our societies, like here in Poland or in Europe or in North America, about 50% of the final energy is used for heat, not for electricity, not as transportation fuel. And this is the market which is now more or less served by fossil fuels. And we think one of the challenges of the next 10, 20 years is to change the supply in the heat sector from fossil fuels to renewables. And here biomass will play an important role.